The United States Bureau of Medicine and Surgery, Division of Sanitation, Washington, D.C., September 26, 1918. Influenza is a flu. It is now spreading all over the country in epidemic form. The last extensive epidemic occurred in 1889 to 1890, and the disease was very prevalent for several years after. The present epidemic disease is plain influenza. The term Spanish Influenza has been applied because of its recent prevalence in Spain. Influenza occurs every year in the United States, but it is more contagious during an epidemic, and pneumonia is a more frequent complication. Influenza is caused by a germ, the Influenza bacillus, which lives but a short time outside the body. Fresh air and sunshine kill the germ in a few minutes. Disease is spread by the moist secretions from the nose and throats of infected persons. Protect yourself from infection, keep well, and do not get hysterical over the epidemic. Avoid being sprayed by the nose and throat secretions of others. Beware of those who are coughing and sneezing. Avoid street cars. Walk to the office if possible. Keep out of crowds. Avoid theaters, moving picture shows, and other places of assembly. Do not travel by railroad unless absolutely necessary. Do not drink from glasses or cups which have been used by others unless you are sure they have been thoroughly cleansed. You can do much to lessen the danger to yourself by keeping in good physical condition. Avoid close, stuffy, poorly ventilated rooms. Insist upon fresh air but avoid disagreeable drafts. Eat simple, nourishing food and drink plenty of water. Avoid constipation. Secure at least 7 hours of sleep. Avoid physical fatigue. Do not sleep or sit around in damp clothing. Keep the feet dry. Influenza usually has a sudden onset with chilliness, severe headache, and aching all over. At times, the disease begins with nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Fever begins early. Frequently, catarrhal symptoms do not appear until later. When they do, they are the symptoms of a bad cold in the head and a raw throat and dry cough. Weakness and prostration, out of proportion to the fever, are common. Former epidemics have been characterized by marked mental depression. In the present epidemic, many of the cases are having a gradual onset, more like a gradually increasing cold in the head. Practically, the great danger from influenza is pneumonia, which tends to follow in a considerable percentage of the cases. For the protection of others, if you are really sick, stay at home and remain there until the fever is over. A day in bed at the very beginning may also save you from serious consequences later on. If you are up and about, protect healthy persons from infection. Do not spray others with secretions from your nose and throat in coughing, sneezing, laughing, or talking. Cover the mouth with a handkerchief. Boil the handkerchiefs and other contaminated articles. Wash your hands frequently. Keep away from others as much as possible while you have a cough. If you become ill, do not try and keep on with your work. Fight the disease rationally, and do not become unduly alarmed. In the average case, recovery from acute symptoms follows in 5 or 6 days. To hasten recovery and lessen the danger of complications, go to bed at once and keep the body warm. There should be plenty of fresh air, but chilling is to be avoided. At the beginning of the disease, a cathartic